Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for the new Star Wars series Skeleton Crew. And if you don't know, this is the newest Star Wars series that has arrived on Disney+. And to just hop right into the review for it, this is a series that kind of does something a little bit different and newer with Star Wars, where it's kind of about these kids going on an adventure. And many people have described it as the Goonies, but in Star Wars. And as someone who has not watched the Goonies yet, I cannot verify that's correct. But basically it's about these kids that accidentally leave their home planet on a ship. You have the main character Wim, and of course his best friend Raleigh Jefferson. I have no idea why he's blue and an elephant in this. And they're also on the adventure with these two girls, Peppermint Patty and Marcy. There's also like this random droid in here. To be completely honest, I thought the droid was a little bit annoying, but I mean, that's just my opinion. Now, the main thing people have been complaining about when it comes to this show is that the main planet that the kids start on looks a little bit too much like Earth, just kind of like the suburbs and that kind of stuff. And to be completely honest, that doesn't bother me too much. I mean, if you think about it, with all of the planets in Star Wars, surely there would be some that would be pretty similar to Earth, because I mean, you have humans building the kind of stuff out of different materials, and eventually something would look pretty close to Earth. But I mean, I still kind of understand the complaint, and there are some parts of it where I'm like, yeah, that kind of just looks like the Back to the Future Part 2, what they thought 2015 would look like. And also something that is very similar to Earth is the fact that Raleigh's younger siblings have brain rot. But nonetheless, it's still something kind of unique for Star Wars. They've never really done something like this. And it's definitely hard when you have children acting in any project, because they're not always great at acting. But I thought it was fine in this. I mean, nothing mind-blowing, but it was good enough. But of course, you have Jude Law playing the most interesting character in this series. He's a Force user that Wim actually thinks is a Jedi at first, which is actually kind of a good message about some people who look like you can trust them are not always actually trustworthy people. Now, I will say visually this show is pretty good, at least for the most part. There's a lot of cool aliens that are in here. A lot of familiar ones we've already seen, like the one wolf guy I feel like was the same species as the wolf in Mos Eisley in the original version of Star Wars before they replaced him with a different creature. And there's that one pirate guy who already appeared in The Mandalorian, which this show does take place during that same time period. And it is a pretty interesting time period. I will say there is some CGI in this show that I thought really wasn't as good as some of the other CGI, but nonetheless, it wasn't a huge deal. Although now that I think about it, it kind of is, because Disney has huge budgets for these shows. It's not like it's a CW show. But anyways, I feel like it is a little bit slow to start. The first episode is a little bit slow paced. But once you kind of get into the adventure, it starts to really feel like a TV show. Unlike a lot of the other Star Wars shows that feel like they should have been movies. And I mean, there's definitely some fun to be had here. When it comes to the actual character development though, I think it's like kind of a little bit generic. Just really nothing too special. Obviously, you have the one kid that's never paying attention in school, and then his best friend that like always does. I don't know why that's always the case in every piece of media that exists. And of course, you have the workaholic dad, just like literally every 90s movie.
Jamie, about the karate class tonight.
And even a lot of the dialogue in this show feels like it's obviously just like targeted towards kids. But overall, this was something new for Star Wars, and I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I mean, it was fine. When it comes to the actual narrative, I mean, it's okay. It's not really anything too crazy. But Star Wars really isn't must watch anymore. So overall, on the quality scale of 0 to 100, I'll give it a 65%. And if you're a Star Wars fan that has to watch everything Star Wars related, you would have already seen this. Otherwise, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I mean, there's so many TV shows that are coming out all the time. This isn't really one that stands out. It's definitely far from a masterpiece. There's some stuff in here that definitely could have been changed. But if you have seen it, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.